As the multiverse continues to crumble around our hero's ears, Wonder Woman will have to come face to face with a demon from her past. All this and more in the pages of Justice League Infinity issue number 4. Let's hop on in together and find out what happens next, shall we? So then, as the comic opens up, we check back on in with Amazo. It was his quest for enlightenment and understanding that ended up pretty much breaking the entire universe. We're told, though, despite how royally boned things in the mirrored room are going right now, Amazo continues to reach out for a presence, if you will. Which, you know, I could be totally wrong here, but I think this is the first time the animated universe has actually made such direct reference to the DC universe's highest god-level stand-in character. Now, from there, we transition on over to Wonder Woman. She had been disappeared at the end of the previous issue, and she found herself getting stared down by Darkseid. Naturally, Wonder Woman jumps to the conclusion that everything that's wrong with the multiverse now must be the fault of Darkseid, because, I mean, hey, if the shoe fits, wear it, right? Diana begins to royally kick the crap out of the evil new god, but it's right around here she starts to realize something. Darkseid isn't fighting back against her, and that's because this is not the Darkseid she knows. This is a multiversal Darkseid, and one with a hell of a backstory and connection to Wonder Woman. You see, this Darkseid actually loves Wonder Woman. Well, loved Wonder Woman past tense. As he goes on to explain in great detail, in this universe, much like in the main universe, Darkseid had made war on Earth in an attempt to find the anti-life equation. The Justice League, but more specifically Wonder Woman, had managed to defeat him by convincing Darkseid that his quest for the anti-life equation was ultimately illogical, considering that he standed to lose just as much as he would hope to gain. That world's Wonder Woman would spend the next few years visiting Planet Apocalypse as an ambassador of sorts, trying to play peacemaker between the Planet Apocalypse and the rest of the known universe. At first, the two hated each other, but this was one hell of an epic superhero meet-cute, and eventually they ended up wearing down each other's barriers, and a romance began to form. Also, at some point during all of this, Diana decided to don a Kingdom Come-inspired suit, just so you really knew that this was an alternate universe we were dealing with. Now, even if he was in love, this is still Darkseid we're dealing with, and when he eventually does end up discovering the location of the anti-life equation, he just help but not stay off the straight and narrow. Love of a good woman be damned. Unfortunately, Darkseid discovers much too late that the anti-life equation isn't just an equation, it's very much alive. And while Darkseid may have originally wanted to use its power to bring order and symmetry to the universe, all the anti-life equation wanted to do is to bring absolute death, destruction, and desolation to the universe. That, of course, included Wonder Woman too, and wouldn't you know it, the anti-life equation has one hell of a sense of humor because it deemed it only right to leave Darkseid alive in the ashes of what was once his life. Now, our Wonder Woman is pretty sickened and horrified by this story, that any version of herself from anywhere in the infinite universe could ever fall in love with Darkseid. But in a wonderful piece of connective tissue, what she's actually probably the most mad about is the unfinished business she had with Hades and her own mother. You'll remember back in the show, it was implied that Hades may very well have helped Queen Hippolyta shape the clay that became Wonder Woman. And if her mother could fall for such a clearly evil person, well, who's to say that sort of thing just doesn't run in the old Wonder Woman family, am I right? This internal conflict for Diana ends up becoming a very external conflict once she starts trekking her way through the desolate wasteland that was once Apocalypse. You see, Wonder Woman comes face to face with Hades. Obviously, he's not really here. This is just what's left over of the anti-life equation continuing to taunt Darkseid by once again killing another Wonder Woman. But before the final blow is struck, Darkseid actually throws himself into the mix there and takes the killing hit. And I mean, really, if such an evil, tyrannical monster as Darkseid anywhere in the universe can learn love, compassion, and self-sacrifice, then it really must be an infinite universe, right? The true moral, ethical, and philosophical implications of all of this will have to wait, though, as it's at that very moment Wonder Woman ends up getting saved from this dead Earth by Superman and the rest of the Justice Union of Earth D. They're ready to face this problem at its source, but they're going to need Wonder Woman's help as the comic comes to a close. And so that was Justice League Infinity issue number 4, everybody. A fun little one-and-done story and a much bigger tale of multiversal mishaps. In fact, I kind of like it for that very reason. If you are tackling the multiverse concept and possibilities are endless, why not do a left-field story like this? Actually, it gets even better when you stop and consider this whole thing is probably a reference to the Darkseid from Super Friends, who was actually romantically obsessed with Wonder Woman. And if that's true, that's pretty awesome, because it means Infinity really is living up to its name of being infinite and referencing DC animated properties that aren't even within the regular old old Timiverse. And hey, as a longtime Timiverse fan, I think it's great that they're going back to the storytelling well with Wonder Woman and her parentage. That whole Hades reveal from that one episode always felt like it got abandoned before having proper resolution. Overall, I think I'd feel comfortable giving this one another solid 8 out of 10. Justice League Infinity continues to surprise and impress, and quite frankly, it's one of my favorite team books on the shelf right now.
Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Jewel, and if you're seeing me right now, that means you watched to the end of the video, which I am very appreciative of. It really helps drive engagement and retention and all that other good YouTube stuff. So does liking and commenting. Wink wink. If you like my content too, you should check out my Patreon page. We just redid all the tiers, so there's a ton of great rewards. You can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, and well, it would just really help me out. It's never expected, but always appreciated. So until next time everyone, I've been Cape Joel, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.